here's a question for you Imperial Guard players, though this could actually include everybody. More for Imperial Guard. Just picked up I felt like I actually stole. Yeah, I'm not using that in a negative term. Local game store had a quote-unquote garage sale where people came in, were looking to get rid of some of their games that they don't play anymore. And so I went and saw and jumped on. It was a Imperial Guard army. Canadian Battle Force in the old Battle Force box. That was a Sentinel, a Command Squad, and essentially 20 Guardsmen. You could say made up a infantry platoon with a Sentinel. There was one built Lehman Russ battle tank. There was I'm going to say it's the old kit for a second Lehman Russ battle tank that was not built. There was the 2008 Codex. And upon further investigation, there was also a heavy weapons team. There were two different, when I opened it, there were two heavy weapons team, 3 pewter models, Commissar, Primary Psyker, and a Dark Angels librarian. And I got this for an insanely low price. I paid $40 for the whole lot. So, seeing all this, I then proceeded to go and get a Chimera and get the new Imperial Guard, or as I should properly say, Astra Militarum Codex. And recently I just picked up a Command Squad box. I've got another Lehman Russ. But the question that I pose while I'm actually working on some models and setting them aside to dry, the question that I have that I'm thinking about right now is, what direction would you take? And I'm not talking in a how do I word this? And I don't mean this the wrong way, and I know there's no really right or wrong way. It's more to playstyle. But do you end up being a blob troops, or do you go more armor? And that is something that I'm currently trying to figure out which direction to go. Do I focus more on the armor and get more tanks? Do I focus, or do I build up more ground troops? Because I mean, I'll be honest, and I'll probably get some hate messages for saying this, but essentially guards suck. Your weapon skill, ballistic skill 3, and the only thing that you kind of have going is you're essentially the only Imperium equivalent to Blobs and answering the Tyranids, the Orcs, and to a degree the Necrons. Now, I've always said there's no right, there's no wrong. And being that I'm currently without internet, I can't really go online to see and kind of gauge, okay, what is the common build, or what's going to be the kind of build to win games. But that will come with playing and getting a feel for how they operate. And, you know, as with any army, learning their weaknesses, their advantages, and being able to take the weakness of your army and maximize it to expose the weakness of your opponent. Which can be hard to do when you're going up against forces like Necrons or Tau or Eldar, which don't have a lot of weaknesses. Now I'm going to back up here for a brief second, because I know as soon as I said Tau, immediately I'm thinking, wait, Tau do have a weakness. They suck at close combat, which they kind of mitigate that because they are one of the better shooting armies. But that kind of goes in a different direction than what I'm asking here. So really, knowing what you have, if putting yourself into my position with the force you got, what would be your next purchase? I've got a Leman Russ on order, and the variant that would give me the Punisher, Demolisher, and I believe the Vanquisher. But what else would you add? Would you add more troops? Would you add vehicles? What would you do? Let me know in the comments below, and just kind of throw thoughts, throw some opinions out there, and let's get a discussion started.